An InfoWars employee has been brutally killed in what is believed to be a fake robbery hit job, says Alex Jones. Then a second employee of InfoWars was attacked today. I'll share more details. President Trump is going after the groups attacking Elon Musk and Tesla, preparing to label them as domestic terrorists. Senator Adam Schiff of California says Ukraine will lose the war and it will be Donald Trump's fault, and NATO will fall apart and it will be Donald Trump's fault. Plus, a whistleblower has come forward with proof that USAID leaders are burning and shredding everything in sight in order to cover up decades of crimes before Trump and Musk can prosecute. This is going to be a great show. Thank you for joining me. Give this video a like. Let's jump into the news. Ever since President Trump got in office, all I've been hearing is how he's going to cut Social Security and Medicare on the left. The producer of my show even recalls family members saying, "Why do you like Trump? He's about ready to get rid of Social Security and Medicare." Well, I'm about to debunk the lie. This lie spread after the left misinterpreted a statement from Elon Musk. His statement in question reads, "So the waste and fraud in entitlement spending, which is all of it's the most federal spending is entitlements. So that's like the big one to eliminate." Now, according to The Hill, media outlets are claiming that Medicare and Social Security are on the chopping block, and that Elon Musk is preparing to get rid of them. In reality, Elon Musk was simply talking about weeding out fraud, waste, and abuse in Social Security and Medicare. Now, it's a bit sad that I have to interpret English for the mainstream fake news media. Elon Musk was trying to say he believes that these programs will have the most fraud, so that fraud must be eliminated. Heck, just with removing all the dead people in Social Security, it's going to save $240 billion a year, which protects seniors that are alive and keeps the Social Security Trust going for much longer. Now, personally, I think the mainstream media and Democrat leaders knew exactly what Elon Musk was really saying. However, they have to fearmonger in order to keep their ratings up and to trick their gullible voters. But I'm telling you, the more you lie, the more trust you lose with people, and they're going to put their own party out of existence. Wow. Actually, keep going. That would be a really great thing. Now, the White House agreed with my interpretation by stating, the Trump administration will not cut Social Security, Medicare, or Medicaid benefits. President Trump himself has said this over and over again. Now, it wouldn't make sense for him to hurt the American people like that. If he did, it would cause more harm than good. And I'm confident he understands that. Many people depend on these programs for survival. And even though the government calls these entitlement programs, it's actually your money that they're giving back to you. So I don't really like the word entitled, other than the fact that you are entitled to your own money that they forced out of your paycheck. Well, Adam Schiff, the Russia liar, is now saying President Trump is a loser. He claims that he is in bed with Putin and Russia. He says if Ukraine loses the war, it will be Donald Trump's fault, and a bunch of other crap. Let's go ahead and listen to what this loser had to say earlier today.
I evidently live in that guy's head, and I think I've told you before, it's a pretty scary place to live. But no, Donald Trump only has himself to blame for his cowardice. Like a lot of bullies, at their core, they're really afraid. And for whatever reason, Donald Trump is afraid of Putin and caters to Putin, wants to emulate Putin. But no, I don't think he can foist off his Russia-phile nature on me. But, it's like Elon Musk calling Mark Kelly a traitor. He called me a traitor last week. Now he's calling Mark Kelly. I am very proud to be in the company of Mark Kelly. but I feel like I should send an email to Elon Musk asking him the 5 things he's done this week for his own car company, which is in the toilet right now. Maybe he should spend a little more time focused on his car company instead of wrecking American foreign policy, because between the two of these people, Donald Trump and Elon Musk, they have betrayed an ally at war. What they have done with Ukraine has been just shameful. This president who claims that he's the great architect of the art of the deal has been sabotaging Ukraine in advance of any peace negotiation. He and Marco Rubio, Elon Musk, talking about how Ukraine is going to have to give up its territory, talking about how Ukraine's not going to become a member of NATO, essentially undercutting them in every way, withdrawing military support, withdrawing intelligence support, withdrawing diplomatic support. And we're supposed to believe, as Donald Trump just said in that interview, that no one's ever been tougher on Russia. Does he think the whole country is stupid? We can see what he's doing, and what he's doing is sabotaging our ally, weakening our NATO alliance, and I think it's among the greatest betrayals in history. And I will say, Lawrence, you were talking about the Trump session and how Donald Trump may go down history having been the only president to have a session named after him. If, as a result of his actions, Ukraine should lose this war, it will be Donald Trump who lost the war in Ukraine. And he will go down in history as the one who lost the war for one of our allies. I hope and pray that does not happen.
All right, let me know in the comments, what do you think about Adam Pencil Neck Schiff? This guy has lied more about Russia than just about anybody in American history. He says that Putin is Trump's hero, that he wants to emanate, what he is about. He says that if Ukraine, who's already got 1 million dead and wounded people, 10 million people fled for their lives under Joe Biden, and suddenly it's going to be Donald Trump's fault that Ukraine lost, that it's Donald Trump's fault that Ukraine isn't invited into NATO, even though all of Europe said, you can't be part of NATO, sorry. I mean, this whole thing is just absolutely ridiculous. But this is the kind of crap that Democrats are listening to every day. They literally believe that he is Satan, that he is Hitler, that he is the one losing the war in Ukraine. People believe that high egg prices are because of Trump, that he's best friends with Putin. And the truth is, he is hard on Putin. Trump is the only president since Reagan that Putin didn't make a move and steal land. Well, in order to get this war ended, they're going to have to negotiate with conceding land. Let me know your thoughts down below. Now, one thing that President Trump is doing is keeping pressure on Canada during this tariff war. In a post on Truth Social, President Trump said, based on Canada placing a 25% tariff on electricity coming into the United States, I've instructed my Secretary of Commerce to add an additional 25% tariff and 50% on all steel and aluminum coming to the United States from Canada. He's also saying, Canada, the American people now know that you're charging a 250 to 390% tariff on U.S. dairy products. You need to get rid of that. Why make food less affordable for your own people? He's saying that this could become a national emergency and that Canada needs to knock this off. Now, a lot of good is coming out of this. We're learning about how Canada has a $200 billion shortfall when it comes to trade with the United States. This is not good. This is not being a good neighbor. So, Trump teases about becoming the 51st state. I don't actually believe that he wants Canada to join the United States of America. He does want them to do fair trade. He does want to quit losing jobs to Canada, and he wants to make America great again. So this whole thing came to an end very quickly. The government leader who tried to slap electricity tariffs on the United States immediately back down, like within 30 minutes of Trump raising the tariff on steel and aluminum. And I'm telling you that this is going to lead to more jobs. Listen to what one of Trump's top economic directors, Kevin Hassett, had to say. During a CNN broadcast, Kevin Hassett stated, "I think that medium term, what you're seeing is the biggest tax cuts in history, a massive deregulation, a productivity boom from artificial intelligence and tariffs, which even if you take the high-end estimate of the tariff revenue, they're going to be just a tiny fraction of the size of the tax cuts, which are almost surely going to be in place by summer." What I'm seeing is in the job numbers, for example, is that the uncertainty is actually creating American jobs right now. We just saw 10,000 manufacturing jobs created, 9,000 new auto jobs. So what's going on with the trade policy, which is a fraction of the overall policy, is starting to have intended effect of onshoring activity in the US. So imagine we made 9,000 auto jobs in February. We haven't even put the auto tariffs in yet. That's because people are onshoring production, which raises wages and makes the welfare of Americans better, just as President Trump said. So yes, the stock market is going through some, what's the opposite of growing? Some shrinking pains, but President Trump is literally adding hundreds of thousands of new good paying jobs, over $1 trillion in new investment capital. And it's from businesses, not from government, which means that money doesn't have to come from you and me in the form of taxation. Kevin Hassett finished up by saying, "This is how we create America's golden age." So this is a really, really big deal, and I'm really excited to see what happens. All right, now I have a lot more to share with you, but first, a word from our sponsor. Could your health issues be caused by an invisible enemy? Fatigue, bloating, brain fog. What if parasites are the real culprit? I was digging into some parasite cleanses when I came across this video from a doctor. Check this out.
What are the main differences between ivermectin and fenbendazole? These are two anti-pathogens used to treat parasitic infections and other similar types of conditions. They are used quite often in the oncology world to treat cancer. They both have as anti-pathogenic abilities.
Pretty interesting, right? Did you know 60 million Americans apparently have parasites? Yuck. That's scary. They're everywhere. They're in our food. They're in our water. They're in our pets. They secretly invade your body, wreaking havoc on your gut, energy levels, and even your brain. The mainstream medical system doesn't want you to think about this because one great cleanse can change your life. Well, the wellness company has a solution for you. Ivermectin and mebendazole, an FDA-approved parasite solution now combined into one cleanse combo. Just fill out a brief intake form to get your 3-month supply. Lots of parasite cleanses are all over social media, but none of them are the gold standard level of the wellness company. Make America Healthy is officially here, and the wellness company is making these hard-to-get medications digitally accessible so you can live your best life. Just head to twc.health/amazing and use code AMAZING to save $60 plus free shipping. That's a 10% discount plus free shipping for my community. Go check it out. It's amazing. Get these parasites out of your body. All right, now, new shocking info coming out from a CNN poll. Check this out. What Elon Musk and President Trump are doing is being greatly appreciated and wanted by the American public.
About the cuts that Doge is bringing about. How are they feeling about
Yeah, this to me was one of the more shocking figures that I saw. Made me go, wait a minute, hold on one second. Whoa, Americans on Trump and Joe's efforts. Musk and Doge should influence government spending and operations. Look at this. 54%. The majority say that he and they should. How about approve of Trump trying to cut staff at government agencies? Again, you get a majority here, 51%. So yeah, Elon Musk might not be that popular, but these cuts and the idea of spending cuts, at least within the federal government and cutting at government agencies, that actually has majority support. I was truly surprised by this, Kate, but the numbers are the numbers.
Well, there is a view that cuts across Democrat and Republican of people thinking that Washington is too big, bloated federal government, waste, fraud, and abuse. I mean, those are drain the swamp is what people run on over and over again. How do they feel? What do they think they're actually cutting?
Yeah, what do they think they're actually cutting? Democrats want to argue that the type of spending that Musk is cutting is mainly necessary programs, but that comes in at just 36%. The wasteful spending actually wins the plurality here at 42%, according to a recent Washington Post Ipsos poll. And I think that is the reason why you see that when it comes to Musk and Doge, you see, in fact, the majority believe he should have some influence because they believe, the plurality believe, that he is cutting wasteful spending, not necessary programs that Democrats are arguing.
All right, isn't that great? So what President Trump has ordered through Elon Musk and Doge, not Doge and Musk, right, as he mixed up, but look at that, the 42% of the money that is being saved is on wasteful programs. It's not Social Security, it's not Medicare, it's not Medicaid like like Democrats would make you believe. And also, look at that, 54% of Americans at CNN believe that Musk and Doge should influence government spending. I mean, this is incredible. More than half the country wants Elon Musk and his team of geniuses to make the government better, to force them to be honest about how they spend our money, to force them to cut and eliminate wasteful spending and wasteful employees. I mean, the government is not known for being efficient, good with our money, having happy, cheerful employees that wake up every day and want to make the country better. So also 51% approve of Trump cleaning up government agencies. Like, if you can get something done with half the amount of people, why wouldn't you? Like, there shouldn't be so many people with nothing to do that they're just collecting a paycheck. And that's exactly what the American people are saying that they like and they want to keep seeing more of. But guess what? The government and the swamp, they're always going to push back. And Mike Benz, who's been on my channel many, many times, he's now exposing a huge cover-up story. So basically, he says this is a 5-alarm fire right now. As we speak today, USAID is shredding and burning the contents of the agency's classified safes, the key information needed to reconstruct the history of USAID's weaponization, both at home and abroad. This must be stopped. So according to Politico, even a left-leaning Democrat agency is saying that USAID leaders are telling employees, shred and burn everything. Get rid of all of the documents. Get rid of all of the evidence of where we've sent money, how we've spent money, the secret operations, the internal struggles, the weaponization against Americans, the weaponization against foreign governments. They're saying destroy everything. They're even bringing in burn bags so that they can fill them and then burn them to get rid of all of the secret USAID corruption. This is unbelievable. What do you guys think about this? I'm telling you, the cover-up sometimes is worse than the crime. You guys are making yourselves look super guilty. But like Mike Benz says, if they actually are successful in destroying this information, we'll never get to the bottom of how our money was abused, who that money went to. And we're finding out that money was sent to all kinds of people. I, for one, want to get to the bottom of it. I want to know who was taking that stolen money, right? But it gets worse than that. I'll tell you more about that in just a second. So right now, There is a coordinated hit job against Elon Musk and against Tesla. They're being burned. Their windows are being shattered. Tires are being stolen. I told you all about that yesterday. Well, now President Trump is calling this out, saying that this is a coordinated and well-funded Democrat Party-sponsored terror attack on Tesla, an American publicly traded company. He said, I will label attacks on Tesla and Tesla dealerships as domestic terrorism. We already know who some of them are. We are going to catch them. These are the same guys that screw around with our schools and universities. So President Trump knows that some of these Democrat donors that organize and bus in people to destroy, do vandalism, like we saw during the Summer of Love, like we've seen at other times, like we saw on the university campuses. This is all a giant coordinated, paid for attack on an American business. And he's saying, no, we are not going to put up with this just because the leader of Tesla is making America great again and cleaning up all of the waste, fraud, and abuse. I'm not going to allow domestic terrorism to destroy a great American company. Now, Tesla, SpaceX, the solar, between all of Elon Musk's businesses, we're talking about hundreds of thousands of jobs that make very good money. So Trump isn't just protecting this because of Elon Musk. He's protecting it because that's the job of an American president, to protect American businesses. All right, now this is really, really sad. Alex Jones is putting out another fire alarm alert. Sadly, one of his employees, independent journalist over at InfoWars, Jamie White, was brutally attacked and killed in what was staged as a break-in on his car that went wrong, and then he was killed, and now the person has fled. Alex Jones, they're looking at the tape, they're looking at all the evidence. He is saying that this was a coordinated attack on an InfoWars journalist, that this is the deep state trying to silence Alex Jones and independent media, and that he will not be afraid and he will not back down. Pretty scary, right? To make things worse, just today, another InfoWars employee, news host Chase Geiser, had his home swatted, meaning that somebody told the police, oh, there's an attack or a murder happening at this address. And the police came with their guns drawn, ready to do battle. But the whole thing was fake. They were trying to get Chase Geiser killed like they did Jamie White. This is sad. Alex Jones is not a perfect person, but he has shared a lot of truth, and they want him shut down. And so now they are trying to kill his employees. It's very, very scary. All right, wanted to show you one more thing, and then we will wrap this up. Senator Joni Ernst is showing that in the final month of President Biden being in office, a vaccine company registered to a P.O. box. So no building, no scientists, no employees, just two former Biden staffers set up a fake vaccine company at a P.O. box, and Biden authorized $28 million to go to these people. So she's asking Robert F. Kennedy Jr. to investigate this. She's asking Elon Musk to investigate this, and President Trump and Congress to investigate this. You cannot just be giving out pay-to-play favors to your former staff, and that's exactly what Joe Biden did. Oh my gosh, he's the most pathetic president we've ever had. Anyway, this is a breaking story. I hope that all of this gets exposed and that people go to jail and that this money is clawed back. They did this to Stacey Abrams, these two Biden people. Who else did they do it to that we're just not aware of yet? All right, I want to get to the bottom of this. Let me know in the comments. Type Y if you agree. Are you sick and tired of all of this Democrat corruption and fraud and abuse happening? It's so disgusting to me. I feel like there's a cancer inside of our country and it bleeds blue, and we've got to purge it and make America great again. All right, I love you guys. Please give this video a like. Hit that subscribe button. We're almost to 2 million amazing truth seekers. I love you. Stay amazing, and I will see you on the next video.